about, I've been walking around and talking with people to hear, you know, what are their concerns, what are their issues, what do they want to see happen. I know we need, I mean, everybody's talking about the water, but there are other things too that we need to talk about.
Right.
But we all know the water's
Green.
I was so glad Virginia Tech came.
Oh my gosh.
I was so glad.
That's just unbelievable. It's awesome that those people took their time
To come here free of
and the
charge.
scientists and
Free of charge to do that.
Now we just
Associated
need
Press,
doctors in here.
Right.
you know.
Because there's going to be some things going on as a
There has to
result
be.
of that.
There has to be. It's
The
all
ones
out
we
in the
got
open
ain't
now.
talking.
You know, it's
Just
all out in the open.
to go back to the water issue, I just want to
go
give
back.
I want to give props to Melissa and Lee and
Right.
all them people that are, what are you fighting for?
Right.
There's all kinds of things going on, different groups doing this, and concerned pastors and la 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 la. The nut in the shell is a couple of them people got really into it. When I first started, I didn't have the knowledge, so I couldn't speak. I still don't know it all, but I know what I'm seeing, and that girl's family's hurting. That should have been enough for them to say, hey, we got to look into this. And I think they did, but they started doing some behind the door things. And it's obvious now. So it's too late to wait. Like I've been screaming from the get, we need the federal government, and why
Right.
haven't they been here?
Why haven't
and you
they
know
been
what?
here?
And I haven't said much to Kearsley, but Kearsley, you need to step your ass up. And
Yeah.
you know what? Bring Ananak with you. It's done.
Well, you
Dude,
know, I
do it.
wrote to all of them.
I know I sat right down. But here's what it's. Well, it is a neighbor. It is a city within a city, and that city that's taken all this stuff. It's been in the works for a long, long time. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing they forgot about are the residents that are still in here that should not be struggling.
That should not
If you
be.
can
Right.
charge $70 for each lot I own for a master plan that we had no right to even vote on, how ignorant. Just like the Genesee Towers or whatever down there, they took that. I had to pay taxes on
I
that.
know it, yep.
So now Mott gives them $250,000 to renovate and make it look beautiful. We know what you're doing, but our money's going nowhere. Me personally, I think we need a residential organization where all our money stays within the residents. Forget everything you're paying
And
for.
then decide how you want to spend it in your area.
Then you, well, through the city. I mean, like when we did our cleanups, I was all over.
Okay.
I'd say we were a badass organization.
Okay.
Little did I know that people would start coming in. Well, we can get grant money for this, but you're gonna have to do this. Keep Genesee County beautiful, great thing, but you have to do it their way.
Okay.
You understand? So it
Yeah.
took from the grassroots.
Yeah.
You know, and the last thing you want to do is tell me what to do. I work for people that told me what to do. Great organization. I would never down the Flint Journal other than they stay on the fence too much. So I don't want to get too political. I'm a little pissed off right now.
Well, but you brought that up the other day. Why do you think that is?
Well, you know
'cause
why
I've been
it
trying.
is.
I said I know I have.
Anybody that knows anything about the media,
coverage,
right? The media is run by
different
people.
things that I've talked about.
Well, the last few interviews and last things I give Channel 12 props, and we turned our back on them.
Yeah.
Why do you turn your back on the media? Because they're not telling the true story or the right story.
Right.
And you know, sometimes there are two sides of
There
the
are
story.
two sides.
Sometimes there's even 3, 4, or 5.
Well, see, generally the media will pick up and say, who's the contact person? They'll go to them, and that's it. And they don't realize that there's people who they have opposition to what they're trying to do, and so they have people that whole voice, that voice is shut off.
Right.
If they're not the contact person on the list that reporter gets, they're
They
just
don't
totally
get
pushed
heard.
aside. Yeah.
Yeah, but on the same note, so they could go right to their boss, and their boss says, "No, cut this, and this. Call that in it. Let's get this, and this out of there." Because some things they don't want to hear.
Well, that's true because I know I've been places. Remember when we were doing the interview, and they called me right up front to talk. That wasn't show. They didn't show those parts.
Well, see, and
It
that
was
was
like
us.
I wasn't even there.
Nobody sees us falling down and standing out there in freezing weather. Then when they come to you, they give this little honeysuckle story. No, this is pain. And I'm going to say something else. I'm tired of all the jokes. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere
About Flint?
it's about the water. I know. You know what?
Because it's not funny.
And it's not
It's
that.
not funny.
And it's not that we can't take it. But come on, there comes a time, just like Virginia Tech. God love them because now they put this out front. What makes me mad about that is you got Mott, you got U of M, you got Kettering, you got all these colleges. Why did they suck up with Virginia Tech and say, "Hey, teach us what you're doing"? Instead, they said, "No, we got U of M for one. Oh, we can't do it. We don't have." They were asked, and I don't know
The only one
the
that I
reason.
know of that's Maybe the others are, I don't know, but I know when I was with Laura Sullivan.
Mm-hmm.
Remember she came up because she said,
Oh yeah,
well, Kettering
Laura
is
Kettering,
now.
she was.
Right, Laura
yeah,
Sullivan.
but my first dealing with Laura was, she wanted my examples. I said, you're not getting nothing. Then I had to apologize to her because she was the only one.
Right, because she was trying to.
Right, I give her props and I still give her a good ass.
Yeah, she's been really.
And it wasn't her fault. I'm just gunshot.
Right,
I'm not handing you my stuff. Who are you? But anyways, that worked out. She's been a soldier.
She's
too.
been a soldier. Did you try to get your water tested through Flint, or did you just do it
I
Virginia
had all
Tech?
this whole block tested.
And it
Me
all
too.
said it was fine.
I got all the results, and they were like, "Oh, everything meets standards." Well,
We got the same letter 2 years in a row, didn't we?
yeah,
The exact same letter.
right, same letter. And in fact, when they first notified everybody, we didn't get that letter about the water problems or whatever. This whole block didn't get. Well, actually, John did. I mean, where'd you get that at?
I'll tell you what, how bad it was is we didn't get that letter, and when we came home and found out about it, I went to pick up my mom. She's wandering around the house, doesn't even know where she's at, who she is, because she had a bladder infection so bad that she ended up spending 6 days in the hospital because she didn't know she wasn't supposed to be drinking the water.
Wasn't supposed to be
And
drinking
she's
the
got
water.
MS, so it's even worse.
And, the older people, you have a
Right.
harder time.
Right.
Let,
That's exactly
letting
right.
them
Let's take a look at Lou for a
understand.
Lou, what happened to you this year? Understand, she's got this woman, her mom, all these heart problems, all this stuff that's going on. Now, can you say it's related to the water? No, but maybe the water kicked that shit in. Maybe that's a reason why something flared up.
I hope nothing else, but
Well, in Lou's situation too, myself and my brother, who lives around the Detroit area, he brings my mother water in those big containers, and I buy her bottled water. She's forbidden to use the water out of the tap,
Yeah.
to wash dishes or something like that. But Lou doesn't have anybody. Lou doesn't have anybody to bring her water. You shouldn't even be brushing your teeth with that water, I mean, eventually you're ingesting
Well, I know
it.
because they called.
Yeah.
It was Labor Day weekend Sunday. Virginia Tech called me that night. I said for them to call on a Sunday night on a holiday weekend.
they called me too. They called left.
You know, that's an
trying to get
issue.
hold of us.
Right.
That's an issue.
Right. So, like I told you, I sent letters out. Well, I got on Facebook and I said, they had the meeting at City Hall, the press conference on the Facebook. So I interjected my feeling saying that you people in Flint do not realize how bad this is. I have my mother living down there. I have to tote water over to her all the time. What about the people that don't really comprehend that?
What's
They're
going
gonna just
on?
let it run for
Right.
5 minutes,
Yes, Mom,
add
you
some
do.
more money onto your bill,
Right.
right? And
That's
then,
exactly
yeah.
what it does.
And so,
And they tell you to let it run 5 minutes every time you're going to use it to do something like
exactly, because they said, if you're going to let it run 5 or 10 minutes, just fill up a bunch of
that.
stuff.
Right. Because
What country are we in?
Right,
We got to fill
that
up,
we have to
fill
do
up
that,
pots
and we
and stuff
shouldn't
for
have to do
cooking
that.
the rest of the day or for your coffee. It's crazy, and so it's just people don't realize it. And I've also posted, if you used to live in Flint, or you have people that lived here. This is not just a Flint problem. It's a national problem. I'm sure this is going on
It's a
other places.
It's a worldwide problem.
Yeah, it's a national problem, and people should, treat it that way and care about
Right.
human beings that live here.
And you know what? And we kind of got ridiculed, but that was when those petitions were signed and they had signatures from everybody around the country. That's what it was to show. That not only did the people in Flint care about this, but people all across the United
Because it could
States
happen
cared.
to their
And you
city.
know, they said, we kind of got laughed at. Because they said, this isn't even that many people from Flint that have signed these papers. But it was to show the outcry from because that's exactly what they realized. This could be
Right.
them.
Right.
This could be them. And so it's just very interesting because I think it was Channel 5 did an interview. And I'm pointing to my phone because somebody sent me the YouTube video of it. And Ronnie Duncan was talking with the mayor, asking about the water, and he's gotten in contact with the governor. I said, but before Virginia Tech came, you said we didn't have any problem. Everything was
the
fine,
truth-
but now you want.
Why is Walling asking for money all the time if there's no problem?
Right.
You
If there's
understand?
and,
Has it-
and that's
has
what I'm saying. If
anybody
there was
really-
no problem,
Has
you wouldn't be
anybody really
asking.
looked at Dane Walling?
Well-
He's aged 30 years in the last
Somebody
6 months.
just said that.
No, this guy is
Andrew
he's
Heller
miserable.
did
Well, I've
yesterday's
been-
paper.
I've been-
Andrew Heller brought that up. He
Well,
said
me
there's
and
no
Andy,
problem.
I've been talking to
There's
Andy.
no
He's
problem.
another
Why
guy.
Why are you-
offering filters?
There you go.
Why should
To
we?
go back to your first situation, though, what you people, I say you people, most people don't understand is, Flint sold our pipeline to Genesee County for $3.9 million, which cut us off to any kind of water from Detroit. Jeff Wright literally stood and he said, "Show me." Well, I'm gonna have to look it up. But he said, Genesee County started complaining, "Oh, we're getting bad water." He made it sound like, "No, don't worry about it, Genesee County. Flint's water line doesn't even come to ours. We are coming straight out of Detroit." This man, who is our commissioner, stood there and said that. Then he went on about the KWA, but here's where it is. $3.9 million cut us off for Genesee, but listen, if we'd have kept pumping our water from Flint into Genesee County, there'd be all hell to pay right now. Because little miss over on whatever street ain't gonna take it. Because, let's be real, the poor people don't matter. And I'm not saying that's not true on all cases, but if all them little rich people and them rich little
That's the-
houses started
that's the
hurting,
problem.
boom. And I'm telling you, if we'd have kept Genesee running our water, this shit would have ended last year. Because they're more of a voice, they're
Right.
more,
Well, their
they're
voices
more
get
wealthy.
heard.
They're wealthy, and for them to
Some
stand there.
voices don't get heard.
And I just want to say this too, the KWA is a private company. That pipeline's not the city's, that is gonna be going into Genesee County. Detroit water used to come into Flint. The Flint water would go to Genesee. Genesee paid for that water. Now it's gonna be coming from Port Huron into Genesee, into Flint. We're gonna be paying them. Not only that, we're gonna be mixing our water with that water that we have now to run around here. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be a scam from hell. Because the minute you miss a payment or whatever, watch what happens. And they're saying, oh, they're gonna jack this up. They're gonna be able to jack it up as much as they want. They could blow Detroit's rates. They're gonna blow
Let's
Detroit's
not forget
rates.
how many people in administration are on the KWA board.
People in council, you got Josh Freeman,
Yeah.
you got Walling, you got Neely. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yep,
Good
they're all
guy.
part of the
They're all-
board on the
they're-
KWA.
and
They're
then
all
when we
making
went out
money
to
in their
Lapeer-
pocket to make sure this goes through.
When we went out to Lapeer to talk
And
about
that's
their
the
battle,
problem.
their battle with KWA at Lapeer, now this might not sound like nothing, but the councilman stood up and said, oh, this fracking don't matter. Well, it does. You're all on wells. You're gonna go to the KWA. They voted it down because of some of the stuff we said. They're not wise to what's going on. It's gonna be $1 billion industry, and I'm feeling that look, these guys are lining their pockets, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, Tony owns these houses
It's-
around here. Do you think he can rent one out?
Well, I'm getting ready to board them all.
Intentionally- Who would intentionally want to rent a house that has bad water?
Right.
Come on.
And that's part of our problem.
That's
That's part of
I
our
mean,
problem.
they could
That's
sue
why we
him
can't
and
get
say,
the tax
yeah.
base that we need.
Oh,
Because
that's
people don't want
Well,
to
let me
live
just
here
take
because
it-
we don't
He
have,
boards
you
them
know,
all up.
Right.
He's at a loss.
I want to take it a little further. I live here. I'm part of this. People hate me, people love me. It doesn't matter. But my investment, and it's driving us with a major wedge, was this street and the people that were on it. I got 5 houses here now, and they're all empty because the people scammed my heart. You know, you owe this, and their intentions were good. Whatever. They can say whatever they want. Step up and call me out. But I know this. I am a business. I am a resident. And Tony, why don't you get your house checked or whatever? Well, it's $75. Why don't you tear that shit down that's been next to me, giving my businesses a bad name? All these land bank houses and all this stuff, tear it down. They got one there, there's one there. You go through my neighborhood. Guess who owns most of them? The church up here. See, it's a business. They're exempt, and I'm going to throw. That's what I'm saying. I know you're involved with the pastors and all that. It
What's
makes
that what church
El
is that?
Shaddai, and then they hand the other
Oh.
one over. They're big now. They're a massive, massive business. The Hawkins was on the board of the land bank. They put the Fox right in the hen house, and I'm not down on them if they're going to do good things. But they come in, and you can look at the houses they didn't want. They're all destroyed now. And this is was a sweet neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People want it, and I'll tell you right now, it's not about the houses. It's about the land. It's about the land.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump here. My neighbor, well, I live on Lewis Street, and we live by the river.
Okay.
The neighbor wanted to buy the lot next to her, and she'd like contacted the land bank, and she said, we're not selling any more riverfront property this year. So that kind of sends an alarm to my head. Like, what do they got planned? Are they gonna try to abuse eminent domain to use that for a private
They're gonna use
development?
eminent
And
domain, that's what-
and I wonder if Kilde's gonna be getting a kickback.
And
Oh,
Kill,
absolutely.
He's going to. That's the reason why he was
It's
so
called
eager for
crooked
this.
politics.
well, for
So
me to speak like that on Kildee, I've always loved Dan. Don't get me wrong. I don't. Dan's a great guy. He's a politician, and he sat there and told everybody things. And here's what pisses me off, Dan. I hope you hear this: is we have not seen you. You haven't been on our front porch.
There ain't no follow through.
no, there is none. I mean, it's like that's.
No, and here's
Hey,
the
it's
deal.
election season.
So-
You need this, you need that. Okay, see you later. But I'll never see you again once you get elected.
So really, I need to walk all the way through
I'm gonna take you for a walk.
here.
Take you for a walk.
Okay.
You know. And here's the thing:
I want you
we
to.
are that little isolated neighborhood. When they did the land, when they first started the land bank with Jeff Burke and all of us, and I was on board with the Clean and Green program, and not just me, other neighborhoods, because people say, well, why are you over here? I was at Foss Avenue Baptist Church cleaning up on there, and they're like, why are you here? I said, because it's our city. A brother come out of the house is gonna
Right.
whip my ass. You know, and then I told him, he went down the street and got 5 other people. Next thing you know, they stayed with us all day. You see, I
Yeah.
welled up. I had to turn my back because I'm like, yes, yes, we're getting it. Now, you can do this, though. You can get grant money for this. You can do that. Not that I didn't take advantage of some things. I got
Right.
some of my boys working.
Right.
We did some good things, but I had to use my own equipment. We had to pay for our own stuff. Now I'm seeing churches and organizations and schools and all this, and they're getting big lawnmowers and all that. I'm not.
And you were doing it
I say I want to apologize. When I say I
Right,
mean
but
we.
you're talking about your group.
Yeah,
Right,
we
right.
were the original, you know, and
We did the park with our lawnmowers, our
Yeah.
own lawnmowers.
that Kearsley Park was started by Clean right here on these
Grasses
steps.
like this
Right,
high.
us 3 right here started that. Well, us 4. I'm sorry, dude. She's gonna kick me. And the thing is, nobody's heard from us no more because there's no squeaky wheel in here. And I'm not condemning the rest of my neighborhood. You know, everybody's busy with their own life, but I'll tell you what, after a while, turning that corner onto Decker, it makes me cry because we did so much. You understand? And there's nobody to step up. The first problem that I had with this is when I told Miss Johnson, like, yeah, we'll be over to help clean your garage, and then the city's gonna come in and tear it down. Then I'd go talk to whoever in the city, which won't mention names, yeah, and they never did it. So guess what? Tony becomes the liar. You got
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the city said one thing and did nothing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you want to? Can we go forward?
right now,
Yeah. It's
I
not,
don't care.
if you can.
Yeah, but let's just talk for a couple more minutes, because
Okay.
I've been saying too much.
Because
I wanna hear, I wanna hear something from you.
I want to see. I want to see more about what's what you're saying. I want to look at this
Well,
because
let me just do this. Clean, Kearsley Park, Longway, East Side area neighborhood started right here, and these houses right here.
So, do you all have a block club?
That was our block.
That was it. I'm meeting with the block club
They took
right
it
now.
away from us.
Yeah.
They basically snatched
Basically,
it
it
right
was
away.
my fault. Because I refused to stay in the city of Flint anymore.
It was gone
So-
way before that, yeah. I'm sorry.
Not
It was
really,
gone. They
because-
took it way before that.
Because that was the
I
other
got it.
thing
I had gotten to the point that
was-
I had had enough because it controlled our whole life, and so he had to make a decision, either me or keep playing the.
Because that's one of the things I've been talking about, those good neighborhoods.
See, let me just say this. Why do you have to be a neighbor? Why do you have to have an organization to get anything?
Right.
Understand, this is where my frustration lies is. Why do you have to have,
Well, you shouldn't have to.
that's exactly right. Why do I have to belong to a church to get bullshit? I call bullshit
You belong
bullshit.
to the city.
Here's where I'm
You're
at.
part of the city. You
If
live
I don't
here,
have an
pay
organ, and watch, this is
I
why I
pay
step
tax, the
back.
church don't.
But here's where I step back. I want to see who's going to step up because Tony, I literally got a phone call. A man and wife were fighting. The guy across the street called me. Tony, why don't you come break this up? You're the neighborhood president. I'm like, call the cops. The other thing, we got all these, Betty Walker, God bless her soul, donated all these plants. We went to every house in the neighborhood, donated trays. And the lady calls me and says, well, you gonna come plant these? I said, are you kidding me? We had 5 neighborhood gardens. Everybody wanted to pick it, but nobody wanted to clean it. And after a while, she's in, you know, and then I can
Well,
only
you get
take so
tired.
much. Well,
Well, you can only do so
You get,
much.
right.
Well, you get tired.
my
you don't
pride,
get-
look,
get
here's your next
right.
mayor.
And that's the thing.
Come on up, Johnny, have a seat. That's my security, or our security.
Oh, you always got an excuse.
Right, yeah. She said I didn't.
Always a complaint and always an excuse.
And then there's that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
we gotta have people
And what I
help.
had to learn though is the word volunteer is just that.
And that's what it is.
You know.
That's what it is.
Why
I mean-
is it? Why is it we're exempt because we don't belong to an organization?
Well, you shouldn't be. That
Right,
shouldn't be.
right.
That shouldn't
If
be the
Mrs.
case.
Malice says I got a problem, she does, come answer it.
Right.
Her mom's got a tree on her fence and we gotta go to Adam now. Nothing to do with the city.
Oh, wait a minute though. They took care of the tree until their fence was her problem.
Here's where
But
I'm
the tree.
at.
It came out in the park.
Right.
So I don't mean to get
Yeah,
carried
until
away.
No, but
Until they're
no,
doing
we
their
better be
insurance
carried
company.
away. We need to be carried away. This is a problem.
Yeah.
This is a problem. We need our city back. So, get carried
I
away.
don't live here.
Right.
Come on up here, man,
And it-
introduce
it's
yourself.
I gotta come here
Right.
to
Well, when
protect my
some of
mom,
my
my
family
neighborhood.
comes and they come.
Good, how are you?
in,
Good, good. I'm Shane.
You know, it's like they forget that they can't bring our.
John Wilson from Bell Point, Stevie.
No,
Meet
you
you,
need to
John.
get carried away.
You mean
This
Miss
is a
Malice?
problem.
Hi, Miss Melvin. I'm Shane.
That's how I got involved.
Good
I
morning.
got carried away.
Yellow house.
And it was so funny because my husband was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, I can't, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. And that was what happened. I got involved, and the more I saw, the more involved I got, and the more carried away I got. And I said, you know what?
I just want you to
If
know
I can
the
help make a
classic. You remember
difference
Roger?
for my home,
Michael
I'm
Moore's
going to.
documentary.
When you
about-
literally
I'm
walk
going
into a
to.
land bank
Just,
meeting and
you
go,
know,
oh
if you
shit,
look
here
at it
comes
today
Palladino
and
again,
what
because
they're
I'm
going
calling them
through
out.
back then, you know,
First and
it's-
foremost, some of them
that's
people are in the coop.
You know, I was young when I
The
came
pastor of the
on.
neighborhood's on the damn land bank board, there's something wrong with
That
that.
sheriff was-
And you come through, I wanted to do it for you, but
They
here
said
it
the
is.
U-Haul company couldn't keep
You own this
trucks.
house
Yeah,
through the church, now they get to put it in somebody else's name, but it's exempt through the church. Not only do they do that, and I'm not saying just them, and I'm not saying everything they did was bad. That's me like, say, hey, don't take it personal, but look, you destroyed our neighborhood, not only you, but some of the people, the landlords, the renters, people that don't care. But when you can come in and get a house with no pay, or no money for taxes, the land bank, folks, was designed to put these houses back on the tax bracket so they can recoup some of the money they're losing in foreclosure and lost houses. Hear me again, they were put on the tax bracket. When you are a church or a nonprofit, you pay no taxes. You are digging and burying your own hole, while a businessman with 4 houses has to file bankruptcy and lose everything. There's something wrong. I should become Our Lady of Kearsley Park, start preaching like I'm doing right now, and not have to pay for shit. Better yet, these are all my parishioners, and I don't want them to pay neither. It's not good. It's not right. It's not. The churches and these organizations, sure, be a little tax exempt, but man, and then you move a drug rehab person into the house. Now the state or the government's paying you. Where's that money going? It's going into the church. That should definitely be taxed. You understand? If they come in and they put a house on rehab on this block,
These grant money.
can't touch them. But not only that, they get to leave the neighborhood, go to their nice houses in their nice Escalades, and leave that drug dealer, druggie in my neighborhood. Now I don't mind that because half my friends are, thank God they're helping. But who's paying for that? Not only you're not paying your taxes to the city, you're running druggies up in here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say they all do that, but look
Right.
into this. And I've mentioned this. I stood at city council. What's going on? Nobody does nothing because they know what's going on.
yeah. And people aren't speaking up.
No,
They're
that's
not
it.
speaking.
Well,
And that's the problem.
people aren't speaking up because nothing's being done. And then one person speaks up, he's liable for everything, and
Well-
then it's his ass when nobody answers the problem.
And then you look at how long certain things take. I mean, you talked about Melissa and Leanne.
Yeah.
They've been speaking. I know they're
Yeah, but
so
let's not forget, it
excited.
actually started with Arthur too.
Right.
Arthur Woodson started a lot of this.
Right.
And this black man,
Right.
they ignored him.
Right.
They
Guess
ignored him. And he's got
I
the,
went to city council meeting the other day. The last time I've been at a city council meeting was probably, 8 months ago?
first time ever.
Ain't nothing changed. It's
You guys
the
look-
same-
And that was the one that I missed because
Yeah.
I had been.
I was
you know,
there Monday.
It's
It
all
was
the
just
same circus,
going
the
to
same
some.
spew,
No, actually, that
nothing
wasn't her
done.
first one. Her first one, she spoke. Leah never says nothing. You know who Leah talks to? Me. So now I'm in there banging my head. I'm in between all this. You know, she pulls me into my sanity. Look where I'm at now. I'm nuts. I am.
Right.
You know.
All right, you're very passionate.
Well,
That's great
look,
though.
our
This is
neighbors-
Did you see my gang? Look at my
Yes.
gang. I got an 80-year-old, or 80. I'm sorry,
gang,
she's a
huh?
17-year-old woman. That tells me, Tony, you're not supposed to leave till I die. Lee's like, I'm shooting the bitch. Sorry. I'm sorry. It was a joke. It was a joke.
No,
But that's how. That's
You know I
how-
love Eve, you know.
and you know that's what I'm saying. This is the city. This is your city. Like 52 years, right?
Yep.
52 years in this city.
I'm
So
54 this weather.
you know the
Our
thing
city,
is,
we've been married together for 34 years, and our city is causing a separation
And we're done.
because I'm out today.
I mean, it may sound like we're copping out, but we're not. We got things to work out, but most of it is because I can't sleep at night. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a radical dude, and I can't sleep. And it's like, go to bed.
And I can't play the crooked politics. no
Yeah, we don't
more.
do the crooked Christians. We don't do the crooked
And you know,
politics.
it was funny because politics is real interesting.
Oh, did
It's
you?
real interesting, but I just felt like, and there were parts of it when I was thinking about, you know, running, and there were parts where my husband said, there's some stuff that I don't like, and I said, this stuff I don't like too. I said, but let's do it.
You know, on
Let's
the
do it.
news
I mean,
this morning,
I almost feel like it's our last chance.
I think our last chance is passed. Now we're coming back trying to get what we lost.
Trying
That's
to
how
get
I
what
feel.
we lost.
My
Right.
part, and I say my part because
It is your part.
I
Used
say
to be.
What was
no, it's my part because we can't use it now. They locked us out. My college is a business, folks, and I'm going to run this too because this has really got me. Great people involved. Great things are happening. I don't believe in everything they do, but that's how it is. Pushed out of the Kearsley Park board, all this stuff because I don't agree with some things, fine. But then you see them taking over property. That is a city park. And there's some kind of clause.
Kearsley Park?
There's some kind of clause in there that if they sell that park off, it goes back to
They're
the
not
original
allowed to sell
owners, which would be the Durants, which means they would shut that thing down. They slid in with this last ball diamond, didn't say nothing to anybody. Early was involved, the president was involved with the college. Nothing was said to us.
Walling was involved.
Walling tried to act like he didn't even know where the place was when I ran in at the meeting. Then I looked in the folder at East Village, and there he is. He just left the meeting a week before that.
Talking about the ball diamond.
Commending it. But not only that, the hillside up above it, I can ask a trivia question. Where's Bum Woods? Well, if you didn't live here, you didn't know where
You
Bum
didn't
Woods.
know.
Well, now Mott's wanting that because it's going to beautify the front of their college. And I said to Mike Kelly on a Facebook deal and Whale, if that's going to beautify, why don't you just come through and do the whole neighborhood? Poof, delete it. So, never even heard of me. They know who I am. You know?
yes, they do. And same thing. I got steamrolled this morning. You speak
For
up,
what?
you get steamrolled. I did a discussion piece from Charles, from Terry Branch. But you know, it's just pointing out the things that Walling. This guy lies, and he lies to your face, and go to the next meeting and lie again.
Well,
And it's just, you know, one of the things that I hear a lot is this politician thing. This is what we need to get away from. This career politician who's just sitting there taking deals because you know he's sitting there 6 years.
35, 40 years, something like
And his
At
that.
pockets
100
for
grand.
his retirement
You know
or
what I
his
mean?
next move up.
It's
And it's
just-
like I told you, I said I have a store.
The shrinking of the city, that's his plan. You know, you see his plan.
It's
I
a
believe
lot
it.
easier.
Well, let-
But I'm
let
so
me-
concerned
I just
about
want
what's
to
going
elaborate on
on
that diamond.
that I just,
But how long was it for the
my husband's there right now.
We're at the store.
But that's what I was saying.
Well, this
that's
new
a lot
ball diamond's
easier.
really got a call on me
It's a lot
because
easier.
we played ball there
last
forever.
year.
Always.
Last year we're
Last year when they finally had it, of course we were away from it because the ball players are gone or whatever. The deal is with this ball diamond, it's not a bad thing. It is beautiful. But they designed it for women's underhand fast pitch, which is bull. Yeah, sure. Move the fences back and let us in, but they lock it. We
Ever
can't
seen
use
Dave?
it.
And
And
then
we used to sit on that hill, like I said, and we talked to each other. Yeah, we had some beers, and there might have been a fight. But I tell you what, we was down there 3 in the morning, clicked them lights on. This whole east side, red, white, black, green, blue, whatever, would come down there and play ball till 4 or 5 in the morning, and we loved each other. We laughed.
Right.
We all went to school.
see, we need
we
that
were
back.
connected.
We need
you know,
that. Right.
and there wasn't
Right.
no
It
division.
was
We're connected.
And to let me
basically love.
elaborate a little bit more on that.
Community
Because
built on
there
love.
was the leagues down there, the men's leagues that they put together every
Right.
year. They paid the league fees,
Right.
they paid everything. Up till last year, my son was playing, they had a league down there. they had to pay the money, they made the receipt, had to pay the money to K. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, why is the money going to K. Kelly, not the city of Flint?
Mm-hmm.
The money went to Mott. Why? When it's a city park.
Mm-hmm.
See now,
Nobody can answer
No,
that.
well, we don't
we
get
was
answers about a lot
we
of
was
things.
involved with Kearsley Park from the very first